Kiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool because
Smart.
is
The new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
I'm trying to see
Now you
something
know.
because it sounds like it's a small echo.
I hear something's coming from. It's coming from under the bottom. So turn that laptop line down.
See,
Maybe try
okay.
that. Yeah, take the laptop
No,
off.
that's
It
not.
ain't the laptop. It ain't the.
Try.
CD,
No, let me.
Where is that coming from? Where is that? That it's like under the table. Yeah. How about if I do this?
Let's try that.
If I use this?
Yeah, let's try that one.
Try that one. Hello.
Ye-
Is it still coming from under the table? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me from under the table?
Under the table. we under the table. So yeah, I remember I had a couple jobs where we worked under the table. Got paid under the table. That's what they used to call
Well,
it.
thank God that you didn't have to work under the table because the new administration say no more working under the table.
All of that's out the window. You got to do beneficial ownerships and all that stuff. They want to know who you are and where you are and what you're doing.
I think they're being nosy, right?
Okay, with the beneficial ownership.
But I can understand.
Okay.
Like we talked about before,
right.
Is that like they're trying to make sure that they're not shell companies.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my mic.
Is it?
I don't.
Hello?
No, it's that one.
I can hear this one.
It's that mic that's giving me the echo.
It's giving the feedback and coming from under the table.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me try something over here. Keep going.
Keep going.
Tell
Okay,
so
you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, right? The longest running podcast show in the Tampa Bay area. Well, it started in St. Pete, and now we have like expanded, and we're taking ownership of that.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean? Especially from the podcast community.
We're going to say it with our chest.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to own that this year. Like real deal. How about now? Still under the table. Huh?
Yeah, it's that mic.
Loud and clear. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Take this. Look, we just rearranging all the furniture in here. How about this one?
Yeah, that sound better.
Okay. All right, well, we tried something and it didn't work. So
that's what happened.
Now we know what don't work.
So you know how like you ask questions on your Facebook page.
I do.
So I asked a question.
Okay.
Did you ever have a water bed, and would you get another one?
What do people say?
Well, a lot of people said yes.
Okay.
Most people said no. A couple of people was like, "Hey,"
said yes that they had one,
and they would never get it back. But then they said it was the best sleep. It was the best sleep ever
on the waterbed.
On the waterbed when they was pregnant.
Okay.
Somebody was like, my back hurt. I don't think I'll be able to get out of the waterbed.
Oh, at this age.
This age. Yeah. So I thought it was just kind of, I don't know what made me.
Can you turn it up a little bit?
Oh, you good?
How about that?
Oh, no, you good. Okay, I'm looking at yeah.
Okay, you're looking at the meters and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can turn you up and.
Yeah. I hear that real loud and clear. So yes, I did.
Would you ever get another one?
No, I wouldn't.
So I think I listen. Cause I had a couple of water beds, right?
Okay.
My last one had the mattress over it, so the water bed was in the middle.
Wait.
So they had like a cushion, it was like a cushion mattress that went over the waterbed. So you got the waterbed. So
it wasn't like you was just laying on top of that layer of plastic. And
right.
No. Nothing between you and the water but a thin layer of plastic and a sheet.
Right.
Yeah, not that kind.
And then remember when they used to heat up, like you used to heat the water up?
Yeah. You had an element that you can heat the,
Yeah.
But if that thing go bad when it's days like this, yeah.
Or when it got a hole in it.
Never had the hole.
Yeah, but
never experienced the hole. but yeah. No, definitely.
So I did some research.
Okay.
Just a little research. Okay. They have a waterbed store.
Still.
Yes, and West Chase.
I'm sure they're not like your waterbed from like the 90s.
No, it's probably the one with the mattress, upgraded. They done changed it. But I looked it up, and then Walmart had one for like $1,900 that they could ship to you.
A waterbed.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had that one waterbed with that same headboard like that was everywhere.
Yeah, the wood.
Yeah, the wood.
And then you ever tried to like get the bubble out but when you filled it up, you tried to squeeze that bubble to the spot.
Try to move it around a little bit.
Yeah, good morning, Eric.
No, real deal. No, I thought I updated this, but I didn't apparently. So yeah, no, it's good. So it's the first Monday of the new year.
It is.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody who's going back to work and back to school. All of the children going back to school, getting back in traffic and all of those things. So yeah, it's gonna be a great first week, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have Story come in here. We're gonna have Eric come in here. And talk about their program that they have with the kids, because they had an awesome program over winter break.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to be a kid again once I heard about they went on a field trip every day. It
was really amazing. I went for one of the days and just was able to introduce myself to the children and experience what they're doing, and it is an amazing program, man. It's a beautiful thing that these brothers are doing, and the consistency. It's the consistency for me. Like
consistent and persistent.
Yeah, consistent and persistent. In addition to the work they're doing with youth. How they, providing meals and feeding the community. Like, it's just an amazing thing that they're doing. So I appreciate that.
Okay, Kimbrielle is on here. She say, rain or shine. Now, Kimbrielle.
You ain't have your glasses. Say rise and shine.
Oh, it did.
Rise and shine. Put your glasses on.
Let me put them on. I said it so quick, too. What did I say?
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Oh, rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Yes. Okay, so listen. Kimbrielle, I'm waiting for my inbox.
Okay. You ready to take that dive?
I'm ready to take that dive.
Yeah. Ready to do it. Let's do it. Do it. All right. So
shut up, Jab. Talking about putting glasses on.
So these would you rather seem like they've been kind of heavy. So
okay, because
I don't want to do this.
Go ahead and do it, because last week we opted out, but I figured a way to.
Okay, go ahead. Want to tap out of this one too.
Let's see what it is.
And yeah, I don't know why these are so morbid, but
all right, go ahead, go.
Dang. Would you rather know the exact moment that you'll die, or the cause, or the exact cause? Would you like to know the moment or the cause?
The moment.
Okay. Tell me why.
The moment. If I know the moment that I'm gonna die, I know like what I can do, and like I can time everything right and get everything.
Based upon yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's tough. I hear that though.
Yeah, that's
the exact moment or the exact cause.
Yeah, because we just talked about my fear. Last week.
Okay, so so you can really so you can plan
it properly, and then be
coming to America.
Right. And then honestly, what I
have your funeral, watch the most part of it, and then right at the moment.
Right. So listen, if I know that like I'm gonna die on this day at this time, I'm gonna ball out and make sure I get everything accomplished prior to that. Like I'm gonna go super, super hard.
I got you.
And then I'm probably gonna do a going away party while I'm alive. Then when I pass away, y'all don't have to worry about it, because we done already did it.
You done already did it.
Like a couple of hours before.
Yeah.
Before I croak, and then y'all can say. And y'all could say y'all goodbyes then, and I can say that I witnessed and got my flowers before I passed away.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So that wasn't so hard, but that's interesting, because now I'm thinking. See, I was like, I wouldn't want to know the moment, because now you're gonna like have the anxiety and be like, knowing.
If they give me a moment, of 80,
like you sweating today. Okay, I got 3 more weeks and. You know what I'm saying?
But if you like, I'm thinking
is it a countdown to like, okay, this is it.
It's a countdown. I'm jumping out planes again. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing all of this. I'm telling you, listen.
So it's not just sitting around waiting for it to happen. Now that you know, I got a date. I know it's date certain. This is what it is. So I'm finna just do all the things.
Yeah.
And then,
and you can use it to your advantage. Like, like.
You can leverage it.
You can leverage. I ain't got that much time.
I ain't got that much. I ain't going to be here but 3 more weeks. I got 2 more weeks.
You might as well take me to Bali.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Might as well. Might as well take me over there. So y'all put it in the chat. Let us know what you think.
So which one? So where are you going?
I'm going with you.
Are you going
with you. Yeah, let's put it on the schedule. Make a work block.
I'm gonna see if I can be late to it too. Look, yeah.
Right. Hold on.
I need 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
I'm on my way. I'm coming. I'll be there shortly. Right? No, that sounds like a me thing right there. Like, okay, look, is this negotiable? Like, can we have a conversation about this thing?
And maybe you, let's say, depending on the time, you may make it negotiable.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, depending on when it is. Like, is it an evening? Is it an afternoon?
Now, I will tell you, after all of that, my mind would be like, well, how I'm going to go? Even, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, dang, I know.
Make the plan.
I can, but I don't know what it is.
You know what it's gonna be to take you out.
Yeah, because it might be horrible.
Some Final Destination type stuff. Right? Oh man, wow. So yeah, let us know, y'all, and also let us know where you're listening from. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams the Berg. Are you at home? Are you in the car? Are you at work? Are you listening on the app? Put it in the chat. Let us know where you're listening from. To the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on this amazing motivational Monday, first Monday of the year.
Yeah. You know what? These would you rather really
we gotta recalibrate the
because they really want us to be miserable. You know,
right. Yeah. Would you want to lose all your memories or not be able to make new ones? Like, yeah. That was a tough one right there. When we all decided that we're not gonna even play with it. Like, I ain't even trying to.
No, it was lose all your important memories.
Yeah, your cherished memories.
Your cherished
memories.
Would you
rather lose your cherished memories or lose the ability to make new ones? And you came up with a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cheat code.
Yeah,
just,
I did.
Record every day.
Yes.
And you never lose any one of them. You can always replay them, come back to
over and over again.
Over and over and over. And so continuing in the spirit of the polls and asking the people what they say. Mm-hmm. I actually found one of the polls that I did. It came up on my Facebook memories.
Okay.
And it was a poll that we put out. Y'all know we do, again, these non-scientific polls. We call them What the People Say, where we highlight your voices and what's on your mind. And so today we're talking about what you love most about living in South St. Pete. So that was the question we asked. We asked people to finish this sentence. The thing I love most about living in South St. Pete is... How would you finish that? The thing I love most about living in South St. Pete is...
There's so much. One is, okay, y'all know I love the water.
Okay.
So I'm definitely a beach girl. I love that. Like, I can get to the water really quick.
Okay.
Yep. I love that, like, a lot of my family is here. Mm-hmm. I love the creativity.
Yes.
South St. Pete.
Okay.
You know, people are very creative.
Yep.
And I like the feel most of the time, and like everybody knows your name.
Okay. So just, hometown for real.
Yeah. Like I like that feel. Like, you go somewhere and they be like, oh yeah. Oh, like the one thing I get most.
I know your people like that.
I get all the time is, you're a Macintosh, aren't you?
Okay.
I get that all. I get that all. Macintosh.
So they can just see it. They
do it. They always say that. Now this is gonna, and they always say, "I knew you was. Y'all some pretty ladies."
Oh.
That's what they always say.
Okay.
Or they always say, Lori, my the baby sister, my mama baby sister. They always kind of compare us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Me and Lori. And so
y'all favor.
They always say. So whenever they say, they be like, "You a Macintosh." I knew it.
Right.
I always get that. So I like that.
Yeah. And I love the spirit of the community and the resilience and just the way that, South St. Pete has really taken so many hits in so many different ways, but like continue to just, push through and bounce back. Like everything that's been thrown at us, it's been a lot that, has tried to take us out of here.
Yeah, it has.
And we still here. I mean, we saw the census where they said we lost a huge, part of our population.
Yes.
In the 2020 census. But those who stuck it out stayed and are still here. So I love the resilience and just the, that snap back, fight back, willing to like do what it takes to make it kind of mindset.
And you know what? We're really good at, like, they say, like, we don't link up, but when tragedy comes,
Yeah.
St. Pete typically, like, pull together.
For real.
Like, we really
Yeah.
kind of, like...
Yeah, like really step up, stand tall, and you know, stand in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so that was the question we asked. We said, ask you to finish this sentence and say the thing I like most about South St. Pete is, and overwhelmingly people said that it's the sense of community is what they love most about South St. Pete. It's the people that make the place special, a place where neighbors look out for each other. You can always find friendly faces. We had EPM DC Presley. He said the community, the people, the area, good or bad, when you live in other places, it's a great place after you've seen it. There's also a group that said the cultural history and pride. So South St. Pete's rich history and vibrant culture were also big themes that came up. From its roots in social movements to its unique neighborhoods, people cherish what makes the area special. So Tony Simmons, he said, we came a long way since the 96 riots and we still haven't given up on our youth today. Amita Bauer said the different flavors of each neighborhood, the corner stores, parks, beaches, and the sense of community. I love the rich history, was some of the responses. Then we had natural beauty came in like third if we were ranking them.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't forget the beaches, the lakes, the parks. South St. Pete is a place where natural beauty is always close by. Yvette Johnson, she said less than 5 minutes to open water. William Gravely, shout out to Pastor Gravely. He said you're never far from the water. The beach can be the beauty of this place can't be beat.
Yeah.
Your thing, what you said, friendly and welcoming faces, having friendly, caring neighbors. Miss Joanne Nesbitt said it feels like home, like returning from a long journey.
You just feel good. Like, you know how, like, I really do feel safe in South, for me.
Yeah.
Like, there's nowhere that
That's
I
right.
really go that I be like, and it could be some shaky neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you
on
go.
the whole planet, yeah.
But when I come here, I really kind of feel safe overall. Like, I can definitely say that.
Yeah. So in conclusion on this piece, it says it's clear that in South St. Pete, it's more than just a location. It's actually a feeling. It's a vibe.
It is.
Whether it's the people, the history, the beaches, or the vibe, South St. Pete holds a special place in so many hearts. So we want to know, put it in the chat. What do you think? What is the best thing about living in South St. Pete? Leave us a comment. And
Dan say the cat on the deuces.
The cat on the deuces, of course. But of course.
Yeah. I'm just telling
My
you.
name is Dan. Of course it's the cat on the deuces. So put it in, man, and y'all tune in. And make sure that y'all take these non-scientific polls. We'll shout you out on the What the People Say segment. And yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, I just love it here.
Yeah.
Because,
really
you know,
do.
the first thing that you do, I don't know if you did, like, I'm moving. I don't want to be here no
I ain't
more.
never really
So I was
not
one of them
be done.
people.
Okay.
I
Ready to
was
leave
them,
the city.
Yeah. Oh,
I never wanted to leave the city.
and when I started really, we always travel, right?
Yeah.
But when I started traveling by myself and started going to these different places, I'm like, wait, hold on.
Right.
I live in paradise.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Like,
perspective.
and I started looking, like, I realized, like, I don't like the cold for real.
Okay.
Like, it's nice to visit, but not to live in. It's a whole nother job. You
Victoria,
gotta shovel snow. You gotta heat your car up before you get there.
Yeah.
Like, you really gotta be on time somewhere else.
Right. JJ, what's good, brother? Warren, good morning.
So,
Teresa,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, so, like, I'm home, and then I can get in the car. Like, if I'm stuck somewhere, I have people that I can call that's gonna make sure I'm
If
good.
you move somewhere else, you don't have that.
I have a real solid network
Yeah.
here.
So your people. So again, it comes back to like the community, the people. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, the friendly faces and what have you. So yeah, thank y'all again for commenting and including your voice in that. What the people say. We did another one if we got time. We did one. Again, I was using my looking at my Facebook memories, and so the other question that came up for what the people say is what is South St. Pete known for? And I was asking, you know, the people like, what is South St. Pete known for? And how would you answer that question if you had to say, what is South St. Pete known for? How do people know South St. Pete?
So South St. Pete, you can't go like without thinking Big Reds.
Okay.
Red Snack Shack.
Okay, yeah, big
You-
red burger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snow Peak.
Okay, okay.
Snow Peak, the place to be. A Snow
Is
Peak,
that a
Snow Peak.
outside known or is that like an inside?
It's probably an
You
inside.
gotta be here. You gotta be here to know
Right,
that.
but
Yeah.
that's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful because when you come here,
Yeah.
you be like, "Ah, we're known for our beaches. Like the world
Okay,
knows
yeah,
us for
yeah.
like
The Rays, not
Ye-
South St. Pete. But
yeah, the rays.
yeah, they don't consider that South St. Pete. But
It
yeah,
is basically.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's on the south side. Yeah,
Yeah,
wait, hold on.
yeah.
We haven't crossed Central
Yeah,
yet.
that's South St. Pete, but yeah, it's
Uh,
not considered as such.
Chunky
Yeah.
Sunday.
Chunky Sunday, yeah, that is. Yeah.
Something that people talk about, like even when I went to like shows in Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, "Oh yeah,"
The Chunky
and you know
Sundays,
what?
yeah.
They talk about like people in St. Pete can fight.
Okay. Okay. Squabble up. Hey, squabble up. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
what you think St. Pete is not,
I'm gonna
like?
tell you what the people said.
Okay, tell me
Here's what the people said. Some of the responses reflected on the challenges South St. Peter's face, highlighting the economic and social issues. So Kurt Donnelly, he said generational poverty, over policing, and residents getting the economic shaft. Rico King, shout out to Rico. Somebody tag them too. If I call their names, if you know them, tag them because they're contributing to what the people say. Poverty-stricken people in the most expensive piece of land, failing schools, addiction at the highest rate. Princess, shout out to Princess. She said the killing of Tyron Lewis, the riots, gentrification, slumlords, and the MLK parade. Then we had the beauty and resilience. So despite the challenges, many of you shared that the beauty and the strength of the community is what defines South St. Pete. So Natasha, she said, I have so many people around the world that tell me St. Pete is beautiful. So I'd say it's known for its beauty. Miss Trinia Cox, she said, list like all the Black communities and resilience. And then Miss Joanne, she said, the community, it's a village. And we have a caller on the line. And we're talking about what the people say. What is South St. Pete known for? What would you say? Introduce yourself. We can.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. 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 I hear that. Mm. Right. Okay.
I
That's
think
right.
we were one of the first.
Yeah. One
It-
like longest running.
The look.
Yeah. That's true because that's a big draw and look, that's one of them points of pressure that we apply. We were talking about budgeting and all of the politics of it, like really, investing in MLK around like that weekend. Not just
Yeah, because when we came in, when I first started with the MLK,
it's
was the
good.
first time when we expanded to a weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
I no
Yeah.
longer but we are.
That's true.
We are for one of the largest. But
Yep.
what we are known for too is just really being trendsetters. Like we don't mind stepping out.
Yep. Yep. Appreciate it, King Jab.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jab.
for calling, my man. That's the voice of the people. You can catch King Jab and the intellectual gangster Professor Donnie. Y'all catch them on Thursdays at 9 a.m. right here on 99 Gems, 99.1
Okay,
FM.
we'll have to work on that. He said they didn't hear anything the caller said.
Oh man. Wow.
He said that
we
it,
were once known for the MLK parade. Was like a big draw to the area, and we've gotten away from that culture. Some of the other comments that came in, the culture and the landmark. South St. Pete is also celebrated for its cultural legacy, iconic spots, and history. Maria Scruggs said it's known for producing famous entertainers, athletes like Angela Bassett, Dwight Gooden, Rod Wave, and more. Teodoro Andres. I'm saying it with like rolling the R.
I hear you.
Felt like it was supposed to.
Okay, roll it.
Also mentioned the Deuces, Angela Bassett, the MLK parade. They said Lakewood High's Pro Athlete Factory. And then Mario Jones, he was kind of on the space where you was, Connie's Barbecue, the Uhuru House, Childs Park Rec Center, and the Carter G. Woodson Museum. No conversation about South St. Pete would be complete without mentioning its food gatherings. And so Tracy Pinocchi said that they got the best street ribs. Darren Howard, he said what you said, Chunky Sunday. Kim Oliver, she said hanging out at McDonald's on 34th Street South after the games on Friday night.
Ooh, and then we had to scatter when the police come. Everybody used to get.
Why did we have to scatter? What was that all about?
Because we was out there with loud music and doing all types of
doing stuff we ain't had no business. and then the perceptions. Some of the responses also address misconceptions and differing perspectives about the area. So Raphael Robinson says South St. Pete has a negative connotation of violence and poverty.
I said fighting.
Right? We don't.
Good morning. Good morning, Swell.
It says, but I show people the beautiful parks, nice neighborhoods, and the water. Angela Taylor, she reflected on huge disparities of wealth, waterfront mansions alongside dilapidated housing and neglected infrastructure. And so, again, thank y'all for your contribution to what the people say. What is South St. Pete known for? So when you see these polls, man, help us out, because we keeping it light right now, but we're going to start putting out some things. We really want to engage you, hear from you, so that we can start to address some real heavy challenges. So keep tapping in, keep tuning in. South St. Pete, again, is a community of contrast, struggles and triumphs, beauties and resilience, history and progress. The voices of the people paint a picture of a place that's vibrant, complex, and deeply loved by those who call it home. So put it in the chat. Let us know what you think.
You know what I got too? At the beginning of it, even though everybody loved it, Dave was like, whoa, we can't stay here. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Unaffordable.
It's
housing unattainable. Yeah.
It is definitely unattainable at
people
this point.
leaving because they,
At this point, it is
right.
like very.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it really is. Everywhere.
But here is.
But you said it. I think you said it best. It's paradise.
It is paradise.
So the price of paradise, especially now that, people know it was like one of them best kept secrets that people didn't know about. But it used to be known for, retirement and old folks and, what's it said?
But
Heaven's Waiting Room.
Because we didn't have a huge nightlife.
Yeah.
But now, like, Central is downtown St. Pete is definitely thriving and all of the other stuff. So
and all of that was intentional. It was in a plan.
Yeah.
I've seen the plans, and it didn't just happen. Like, nobody just waved a magic wand and made Central what it is. Like, they had a plan to say, in 10 years, 15, 20 years, this is what we want it to look like. And now we're 20 years past that. And this is what it looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the work that's in front of us as a community, is to get our ish together, develop a plan, and then execute it with fidelity. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you again, Ms. Teresa. I wasn't aware of that. I'm not sure what happened with the caller, but we'll correct that on the back half. So we're getting ready to take a break right here again on 99.1, 99 Jams the Berg. And if you like what you're hearing, you like what you are listening to, and you want to support community radio, you can do that by going to 99jamstheberg.com. Hit that donate button and, make a contribution. We always appreciate it. If you like to underwrite a show, if you like to, put your ad on here and promote your business or your event, get at us, holler at us.
And Consuela said, I've grown a great success in my business right from South St. Pete. My business still sit on the south side of St. Pete on Central now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How long you been there? Because I know you've been at it a minute, Swela. So yeah.
Because she was over there on 40. She done moved, but like I remember when she was like right off of 49th Street for a while. And she's been.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
For a long
How
time.
long you been over there, Swell? on Central.
Yeah.
16th, basically.
Right on. And so, again, y'all can tap in, tune in. If you like to send stars, you can do that on Facebook. Send us some stars. Let us know that you appreciate what we're doing.
15 years.
15 years. Congratulations, because you don't get us. You don't see that a lot.
And I'm gonna tell you, she's one of the hardest working stylists. I hope I said this right, because she's a real
Yeah.
stylist.
She don't just do hair.
She don't do hair. And then like,
so, you got people that do hair.
cause like I
and then you got
remember I was
stylists.
like, I'm going to the shop. She said, you ain't going to the shop, you coming to a salon.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, but she studied
You
her
go to shops
craft.
to get your car worked on.
But she studied her craft.
Yeah,
She take classes. She take pride in
Mr.
everything
Rudder,
that
good
she
morning.
does. She's gonna educate you. Like if you really looking at growing your hair and
Yeah.
want hair treatment, you're gonna get everything
Right.
there at T&T Salon.
Right on.
All right, well, we got to take a break because it's 8 o'clock. We'll be back like 7 minutes after the hour. Tag a friend, tell a friend. We have some great conversations. We're going to talk about Black women, right?
Yes, Black women and their engagement in 2024 and 2025. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna talk about the new laws because January 1st, a lot of new laws in Florida and really around the nation. But we're gonna talk about some of those new laws that come up. And we also have an Ask Kiana question and some headline news. So make sure that y'all stick around, tag a friend, tell a friend, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Important thing in the new regime. If this system isn't good, then the future of the new state will be grim.
And later, there's a substantial portion of the audience
where there are
And
reports
guess
of fierce
what?
Just like that.
We are back.
To the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Welcome back, y'all. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
Smart
is
the new
gangster.
baby, baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Yes.
Now you know. Yubi, what's good, man? Thank you for always tuning in, tapping in. Ed, I don't know if you heard me, man, but good morning. Happy New Year to you and the family. Always happy to see you. Thank you for tuning in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Man, y'all share this thing and let us, reach more people, have that impact. We're going to talk about some of these Florida laws.
All right.
Yeah, but before the break, we had a couple would you rathers. We had a would you rather question. Let me get back to that. So if you weren't here for that would you rather question, we wanted to ask you, would you rather know the exact moment that you will pass away or the exact reason why? Put it in the chat and let's do it.
I want to know the exact moment.
Yeah. So you can plan accordingly.
Plan
right?
accordingly.
I hear that loud and clear. and I want to know the reason so you can figure out how. And my original thought about knowing the reason was maybe I can do something to try and prevent it. And stick around a little longer.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was in the deal. Cause like if you tell me what the cause is, like now I'm okay. If it's a car accident, guess what? I'm walking everywhere. I'm
right. If it's a car accident, but then the car might jump the curb and hit you.
But it's that Final Destination type stuff. So
see, that's the cause.
When if it's gonna happen that way, it's gonna happen that way no matter what you're gonna do about it. So yeah, I'll take the date. Give me the date.
Give me the date. Give me the date.
Yeah. Okay. And the reason won't change the moment. Oh wow. Okay. You never cease. You never cease.
Good morning, Mama Blue.
Always deliver. All right, so as of January 1st, y'all, several new laws have taken effect in Florida. We got a quick summary of some of the bills that passed, their effective dates, and just a few of the provisions about what the proponents and the opponents have said. So the first one that we have here on the list is the social media restrictions for minors. That was House Bill 3. It passed in March of last year and it took effect January 1st. This law prohibits children under 14 from creating social media accounts and allows 14 and 15-year-olds to have accounts with parental consent. Proponents of the law said that it aims to protect minors from harmful online content and reduce risk like cyberbullying and exploitation. However, opponents or critics argue that it infringes on free speech and may unfairly hold parents accountable for their children's online behavior. What do you think about House Bill 3?
I'm okay with House Bill 3.
Okay.
I'm one of the people that, I believe in boundaries and structure. And so the kids being restricted from it, I like it.
Okay.
I really like it because the social anxiety that these children have is crazy because they don't interact. They sit on their computers, they sit on their phones, they have and a lot of stuff that's on social media is not kid friendly.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And I think like with the with like YouTube, they have like provisions that you have to say whether or not
you 18 and older.
Well, like you have to tell them whether or not the content that you're putting is
when you start a channel.
Yeah, like
is it family
children?
friendly or is it for 18 and older? And
but they get around that.
They can.
Yeah.
And so even when the TV channel used to change at night, because you remember you still got around it, but there was still provisions there to stop you from doing
you
it.
talking about BET After Dark?
BET After Dark,
Okay.
HBO.
Not when it went off, but like when they flipped the programming.
Right.
Okay.
And you seen it.
And they had like adult programming after hours. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
So.
And they like the parental guides that they have for like TV. Like I don't think I ever used the parental settings where you can like control stuff on the TV and all of that. Have you ever used like did you use those tools to be like, okay, I'm gonna set my TV to not allow this to be watched by my child?
No, but I done locked it so you can't buy like movies and stuff
Okay,
like that.
okay.
It's not been locked. You can
Right.
say I think it kills some of the income generation. I can't even speak
Yeah,
for
you
the
know.
children.
No, I hear that. Yeah, because
Generator
there
for
are
the
a lot of
children.
people who use
But
social media
but they
to
can, but they
generate revenue. Yeah.
right, but the children can still use it with their parents.
14, it says allow 14 and 15-year-olds to have the accounts, but it's under 13. So if you got like a 7-year-old phenom that's doing some things,
And then
they're
have
not allowed to have their own account. But
that's fine.
yeah,
What 7-year-old need to have their
Yeah.
own account without their parent anyway?
I hear it. I hear it.
Because there's creeps, there's all this other stuff.
And
like,
I think that's what the settings say. It's like 13 and up is supposed to be anyway.
right. And so like when
Yeah.
it's just forcing what needs to be out there anyway, because most of the kids' accounts say this is operated by their mom. This is operated
Yeah.
by such and such. This is operated. So I
They
mean,
control the content.
and honestly, parents be parents. You need to know what's going on with your kids. A lot of times they have these social media and you don't even know what they're doing. And you
find out when it's a problem. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you find that at all. But yeah, it's true. So yeah, we're talking about Florida laws, and the one that we just covered was House Bill 3, which social media restrictions for minors. There's also an age verification for adult websites. This is also a part of HB3, so I guess this is like a subset of that. And this law requires website to verify that users are 18 or older, oftentimes necessitating the upload of government-issued identification. The proponents say it's intended to prevent minors from accessing explicit online content, and the opponents have privacy concerns, saying privacy advocates, they're warning about the potential misuse of personal data, and some adult sites like Pornhub have protested by restricting access in Florida. So Pornhub saying when this new law take effect, like you ain't gonna be able to get to us in Florida because this law says that you have to send in your ID. I don't know if that's what they say, but they're saying they have stricter age verification required. You can't just click the button and say I'm over 18. Like they're requiring you to do more than confirm your
So bad.
Yeah.
Cause at this you're okay with like kids coming on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
if you're not willing to put the guardrails in, comedian Damian Davis morning.
So yeah, bye. I mean, people gonna figure out how to get on Pornhub regardless.
Just like you said with how kids will figure out a way to get around.
So you remember when like they had the Girl 6 and all this other stuff? Like
I remember the movie Girl 6.
But you know what it is. Like the sex operators, the phone call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Like, okay, once
1-900
Yeah.
1976. Yeah.
Okay, so
never called though.
That's okay. And so once upon a time in my life,
Okay.
I was an operator.
Okay, gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
The objective.
So funny. When you working your way through school with it? You pay for school.
Listen, I tell y'all that like
sex operation.
the objective is not to talk about sex. So let me say that.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Because that's how you keep them on the phone.
You
right?
keep them on the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
You want to keep them on the phone as long as possible, right?
Okay.
Just like this, depending on what state they calling from, there's guidelines on what you can talk about.
Okay.
So they say, hey, this is Illinois, it has to be PG. So everything has to be used as fruits or something like that. You couldn't be
you can't be explicit.
Right. You cannot be
in
explicit
Illinois,
in there.
Okay.
No, I just use that as
I got you.
So every state has guidelines that you got to follow. And so if
Okay.
Florida says,
Yeah.
this is what it is, this is what it is.
Right. And that's what they're saying. Florida is saying that now you have to verify users who are over the age of 18, and it will probably necessitate uploading of government ID. And let's see what else we got. So protection of first responders. This one was kind of big. So it was a Senate bill 184. It passed on April 10th of last year, went into effect on January 1st. And this law, it actually makes it a misdemeanor to approach a first responder within 25 feet after a warning with the intent to impede, threaten, or harass. Proponents say this ensures emergency personnel can perform their duties without obstruction, enhancing public safety. Opponents' concerns are civil liberties groups arguing that it might discourage public oversight, especially in scenarios involving protests and controversial incidents.
I don't know how much I like this one.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
I'm not with this one.
And the reason is because when you talk about it says like it you talk about approaching a first responder within 25 feet after a warning. We've seen where it's somebody who's just recording,
Right.
and they're telling you to get back. You know, you can't record. And now with this law, it's basically saying that, you know, you can be arrested because and then they can flip it and say, well, you were coming within 25 feet of me.
But no, I'm staying still, but you're coming into my 25 feet.
Yeah.
So
and we've seen that happen.
And then you're gonna say I'm within 20. No, I was 25 feet away. You walked into my space,
right?
And now I'm gonna be.
Now,
I don't like this one at all.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, you don't want people to threaten or impede or harass first responders.
We don't want them harassing us either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? And this is like laws like this don't protect the citizens. Like the ones that we just heard about the children, this is protecting kids and their innocence and trying to hold to their youth as much as possible. This right here is saying, hey, we don't want you to call us out for our BS. And if you do, we have something to protect us.
Yeah. And that's how politics work. And that's why when we talk about politics, it's everywhere. Sweetie, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Sean.
My ray of sunshine. Love that. And so, so first responders, y'all let us know. Give us a call if you got any thoughts about any of the new Florida laws that are coming out. And what are your reactions? What's your position? Do you think that this law will be helpful to citizens and civilians or not? Let us know. And then there's new laws around financial exploitation safeguards. This is Senate Bill 556. It was passed back in May of last year, went into effect again January 1st, and it allows financial institutions to delay transactions or disbursements from accounts of older or vulnerable adults if exploitation is suspected. The proponents say it provides better protections for seniors and other at-risk populations against financial exploitation. The opponents' concerns are it could lead to over-reporting and unnecessary legal action against well-meaning family caregivers. And so if you're a caregiver for your family.
So I'm on the fence with this, right?
Okay.
Because I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Because like they want to be able to spend their money, and then
as a caregiver, like but that's what it's saying. Like if they suspect that they're being exploited or that, what's the criteria that you use to say?
They start investigating.
What's the flag?
They start investigating. First of all, so anytime
Debbie, good morning.
You do big purchases, right? The banks already have this in place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you right now, my banks know how I spend my money.
Okay.
And if something goes in there that looks unfamiliar or looks out of the norm, they flag it. I get a text message immediately saying, hey, did you make this purchase?
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
Yeah, I do. I get that too.
Time.
Like if you did it, just hit yes.
Yes, and it rerun it again.
Yeah. right.
If no, let me know. I'm gonna shut it down immediately.
So maybe having something like that. Because that's what it says. It says implements time limits that's a different one. It says, what does it do? Oh, you can delay the transactions or disbursements. So
So what the bank can say is, hey, there's something funny going on, and now I'm gonna delay it for 15 days.
Yeah,
until
I'm putting a hold on your,
And so if I'm doing a big purchase, let's say I'm an elderly person with all my senses and a right mind, and I decide that today I'm gonna go buy my granddaughter a car or my grandson, and you might not do it. But if I come in the bank and somebody's with me, you might think they're exploiting me. So now I got to prove to you
that I'm not being exploited.
And all that other stuff. And maybe I lost the deal because of that. Or maybe, it's just, I get it, but there is some other considerations. And I don't know how much I like it.
Okay, got it. And that took effect on January 1st as well.
Because I
But
know people who steal from people. Well, I don't know people personally,
okay,
but I've heard stories, right?
okay,
And they tails them went to jail.
yeah, because
Like
they
they
was
get caught.
yeah, when
They
you
get caught.
exploiting the elderly and yeah,
And then there's still gonna be people who know how to beat the system.
right,
That's just the name of the game.
yeah, scammers gonna scam,
Yeah.
hackers gonna hack. Building regulations update. So there was House Bill 267. It passed on April 5th of last year and went into effect in January 1st. I don't have to say that. All of them. That's what we're talking about. They went into effect on January 1st. But the law implements set time limits for local governments to approve or deny building permit applications. Proponents said that it aims to make construction projects quicker and improve efficiency in the permitting process. Opponents' concerns are that developers express concerns about the increased construction costs and potential delays due to stricter timelines. And so I like the idea. I'm just trying to. I haven't double clicked on it, so I can't say whether I like fully support this or not. But I do understand that there are some permits that drag on unnecessarily.
And they do, and it is
Yeah.
unnecessarily for certain people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like other people can get expedited permits. They can,
I've
they
talked
skip
about,
through the permit line. They walk
and then
in
they
and
walk
walk
in
out. Yeah.
there, and I've told the story. Like, we have,
Dan, if you're listening, give us a call. Tell us what
because
you
this
think about
Dan,
this law.
yeah, and this Dan expertise over
Yeah.
here. Like, we had a property that we were trying to get permits for and denied.
Mm,
We sold it,
okay.
and
The permits.
immediately
Yeah.
went through.
Yeah.
And we was told no
Yeah.
a few times, like 3 times. No, you can't do it. It's not. And
Mhm.
now the permit is went through once we
Once
sold
we
the
sell
property.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean?
You be tagged in for
Yeah.
me. And let them know we want them to call in. And
And I know people who's opening businesses and then like rented spots, invested money in, and did that, and still won't get approved because of whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, and that ain't cool.
It's not. And so I think this law, the way that the outline here is talking about specifically around building and construction permits, but we do know, like, particularly in South St. Pete, that we
We got
still
a crane that
we
went
got a lot of
through-
issues with permitting.
And we had a crane that went through the buildings at downtown. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? When the hurricane, and look, they've been sitting up there forever. And I know they had their permits.
Yeah.
And they ain't being fined for being sitting up there. Not that I know of.
Yeah. Got to pull the string.
Yeah.
Pull the string on that one. Also, dental insurance reforms. This was Senate Bill 892, passed back in May.
Mhm.
This law revises state insurance code related to covered dental services, contractual agreement, and dental claims payments. The proponents say it's intended to improve transparency and patient care by ensuring clearer coverage information and timely claims approvals. The opponents, which are largely insurers, they're arguing that the new timelines could result in higher premiums for consumers. Basically saying you can't just drag this stuff out and not approve these claims because people getting calls for these bills and
Right.
it's coming back to
You got the money.
claim.
Pay these
Yeah.
people.
Pretty much.
Pay these people.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yep. Fiduciary law updates. House Bill
Mhm.
1093 passed April 15th. This law replaces the current Florida Uniform Principal and Income Act, governing the allocation of trust and estate receipts and disbursements. Proponents say that this modernizes the state's trust law, allowing for the total return investing and providing flexibility for more individualized estate planning. Opponents say they're concerned about the increased complexity and potential compliance. I don't know if that's what you were referring to. 727-637-2416, Dan. 727-637-2416. We wanted to hear from you about your thoughts on this law around permitting. House Bill 267, what they're saying that the building regulations have been updated. And I know when you were running for office, one of the things that you talked about and really educated a lot of us on, but those who didn't know, what the permitting process in St. Pete has been like for business owners. And so, yeah, we just wanted to hear your thoughts, man. If you got time, give us a call, 727-637-2416.
The trust, I don't know enough about it to
Yeah.
tell you how I feel about it
Me
or
either.
not. Because it's dealing with money,
Thank you for the stars.
Yeah, it's dealing with money, so there is a benefit for somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know
The
where to.
fiduciary responsibility. Yeah. Not sure exactly what that looks like on the back end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whoever pushed it,
Yeah.
it's a benefit for them. I can guarantee.
Guarantee.
Guarantee. Hello, caller.
Caller.
Introduce yourself.
Dan, good morning. Good morning.
Can y'all hear Dan? Let me know.
If you can hear him in the chat. And if you can't, just go to the app. Go to 99jamstheberg.com and listen live. You'll be able to hear him loud and clear. So Dan, we were just talking about this House Bill 267 where they changed the building regulation permitting. And I just wanted to know if you had any thoughts or insights or experience with that you'd like to share with the audience. It said they're implementing set time limits for local governments to approve or deny building permit applications. The proponents are saying that it aims to make construction projects quicker and improve efficiency. Opponents say that they're concerned about increased construction costs and potential delays due to stricter timelines. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, I do. Right. Right. Wow. Like, don't even respond and open the permit. No, I
I
hear
don't
that.
think they can hear us.
Okay. All right. Well, can you hear me, Dan? Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. I couldn't hear myself. Did you do something, Kiana? Because I can't.
You can't hear, but we can hear him. They should be able to hear him now.
Okay, got it. All right. So, no, thank you for calling, Dan. I appreciate you sharing that. Like I said, I just wanted to create space because I know that was something that you ran on, you talked about, and now there's a Florida law that's in that same spirit. So just want to appreciate you, man, for your contribution in the work that you're doing. Thank you. Yep. Happy New Year. Right on. And so,
Okay, if y'all couldn't hear, I don't know why we'll have to work this out. So everybody calling.
Yep.
He said it's going into a 28-day that they have to now approve or deny these permits instead of dragging them on where it could be 9 months.
Yeah.
And then he was just saying that in the South Side St. Pete that he has submitted some stuff and they don't even open it for a month or two later. And this can be really costly for small businesses
Right.
and private homeowners who's trying to get stuff done.
Right.
And they're in the time frame. And if you push it back now,
Yeah. No, so expedited permits. Last Florida law change that we'll highlight that will take effect in January. Actually, is taking effect now is House Bill 135. This is voter registration changes. This law prohibits the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles from changing a voter's party affiliation without written consent. So they was doing that, huh? Proponents say it aims to prevent unintended changes to voter party affiliation, ensuring that voters' intent is accurately recorded. Some worry that the changes might confuse voters and reduce the flexibility close to election deadlines. Because if you want to change, like MPAs really,
Right.
You got to do the party switch in order to do the primaries.
Right.
And they're saying that, with this new law that it may be more difficult to change your party closer to deadlines but I guess the advocates are saying, and I remember reading an article where it was people who registered to vote. And when they looked at the party that they were registered, that was not the party that they intended. And the only way that they were saying that it was changed was by like the DMV or whoever did their registration.
I don't know.
And now that's illegal. That they can't.
I'm okay with.
I
guess I'm okay with it, but when it comes to like voting and all that other stuff, because we can say that we're both in that field. most people are not like out here like trying to vote twice, trying to fraud them.
It's a hard. You know how hard it is to get them to vote once.
Right. I mean, and then
Like,
changing parties usually, but I like the guidelines because it's usually somebody else who's being, crooked.
shady,
Yeah.
shiesty.
Trying to do that. So yeah, okay, I'm all right with that one.
Right on. Right on. So yeah, thank you for that, and y'all make sure that you're paying attention because what you thought was the law in years past may not be the law in years.
Yeah, because a lot of
future.
stuff had changed,
Yeah.
even when they changed with like the cars. If you speed or you take
That move over. Is
yeah,
it move over law? That's what you're talking about.
no, they'll take your car if you take them
Oh,
on
that was that Galteri
yeah, I think it was.
saying that they
they'll
gonna take you like impound
your car. Like if you take them on a car chase.
Yeah. Like,
And if somebody stole your, and that's the first time, it don't matter if you're a rental car or whatever. If you take them on a car chase, and they're gonna impound
they're
your
gonna
car.
impound the car if they catch you.
If they well, I mean, once they have them, and if your car
Yeah.
was stolen, they'll give you a pass, and then the second time go around, regardless if it was stolen or not, it's impounded.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the law. So thank you for that. Thank you for those. Again, thank you for the stars. And if you want to support the work that we're doing, please, you can contribute by sending stars. They're right there at the bottom, that little button that has a little star, and send it to us. Brother Wells, thank you for tuning in. Hashtag well said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So talking about the law, talking about the first Monday of 2025.
We want to talk. Where you were going?
I'm going to talk about some of this post-election surveys and souls. This Black women,
Okay, that's where we was going.
Black women's engagement, and so Black women's engagement in 2024 election was like a topic, of course, with the opportunity to elect the first Black woman and first female president, and so Black women have long been considered a vital force in American democracy. Who have faced a pivotal moment following the 2024 presidential election, where Donald Trump defeated Vice President Kamala Harris. Despite their strong support for Harris, many Black women are now reassessing their role in electoral politics and social movements. The outcome has sparked conversations about self-prioritization, mental health, and the broader societal reliance on Black women's organizing power. We have a little bit of history of the timeline of Black women's engagement and some of those things, and I'll try and keep it high level. But we talk about how from the 20s, like 1920s to 1965, Black women fought for voting rights through the suffrage movement, civil rights activism, despite being excluded from full participation until the Voting Rights Act of 1965. So Black women helped white women get the right to vote, even though they couldn't vote. So part of that activism. 1965, Black women marched on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, paving the way for landmark voting registration. Then in 2013 through the 2020s, Black women largely led movements like Black Lives Matter, voter mobilization efforts, really supporting Democratic candidates. Now in 2024, when this was written, the pre-election efforts of Black women were instrumental in grassroots organizing and voter turnout. They strongly backed Kamala Harris. 92% of Black women voters supported her. There was an AP VoteCast finding that said 6 in 10 Black women cited democracy as their top voting issue, and over 70% were deeply concerned about the authoritarianism under Donald Trump. Now, in the post-election response, there's disillusionment, according to this study. Harris's loss led many Black women to question their continued involvement in politics, citing exhaustion and the need for self-care. Rest and prioritize was a hashtag. Social media saw a wave of Black women calling for rest and a shift away from being the backbone of democracy. There's also some Black women who have emphasized the risk of stepping back and warning that it could leave communities vulnerable to attacks. And so this idea of the evolution of Black women's political engagement is really set to redefine electoral politics in coming years. And so we just wanted to have a conversation with you all, especially with you, Q, as a Black woman involved in politics, what emotions or thoughts have come up for you as you reflected on the role of Black women and what they played in the election history, this election and throughout history?
I mean, so I think Black women is like the backbone,
Okay,
right?
gotcha. Thank you, Miss
Period.
Teresa. Noted.
And it might be time, and it's sad to kind of for us to throw in our flag right now.
No,
I know. I know. You know how, like, how do you make somebody appreciate you?
Absence sometimes
Right.
does help with that.
Right. You know what I mean? You don't, and they know what value we have. People, even a dog, get tired of being mistreated.
Yeah.
Right. And as Black women, like we rally up people, you know what I mean? We really pull it together. And we stand in the paint. Like, even when we talked about like why Black men don't vote, the Black women stand in the gap for the Black man and make sure that we vote.
Yeah.
Because we know that if the Black man might not vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're also the ones that's really kind of talking to our children and telling them the importance of voting. Not saying that Black men don't,
Right.
but it's the Black women who are doing this. And like, Black women are the most educated in the country,
as it relates to like degrees and school completions and those
and all of that. But we paid the least amount of money than everybody. We talk about the Black men.
Okay, so like these disparities that still exist. Yeah,
because even the Black man who has a hard time to get in the job, he's still a man, so he's still getting paid more than us, regardless if he has a degree or not.
Okay, I hear you.
You know, and so to think that, like, as a Black woman, all the hurdles that we have to go through to prove ourselves not only to the society but to our men as well, it gets tiring.
Yeah, no, I hear that, and it's interesting because when we were having like our pre-game conversations, like, number one, who's pushing the narrative,
right?
Because we know those things will pop up too. It's like, you know, Black women are saying that they're no longer going to be active. They're no longer going to be organizing. Like, who are these Black women that are saying that? And then does it like create? I say it this way. I seen a joke by Red Fox, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, I saw on the news the other day that all Negroes had knives. So I went out and got me one.
Yeah.
Right? But until you hear that Black women are pulling back from organizing, like, did you think about pulling back from organizing?
And to be honest, I'm saying it, but I'm not gonna pull back.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but for those who are saying it, you hear what they're saying.
I feel they struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, so you'll come in, the politics circle is really tight.
Yeah.
Right? They'll bring somebody else in, typically white, to come in here and run our area.
Yeah. Somebody from somewhere else
who don't know our culture, don't understand anything. And then when they're not getting the results that they want, now they're knocking on my door.
Yeah. AKA coming to a Black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, we need your help. But then now they done brung Susie or Matt from who knows what, gave them a stipend, paid them their
relocation,
the whole 9 yards, and then you want to give me the bottom of the barrel,
right?
Of what the pay should be when you're looking at organizing, and then I'm doing the work,
and then hearing that, it's like you perpetuate, like, even within these organizing space. So we organizing for equal pay, right, for women, but then the organizers, when they do their budgets, Black women are not getting equal pay.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
wow.
I will tell you this. I work on Kamala's campaign.
Yep.
And honestly, shockingly, this was like one of the best campaigns that I worked on.
Okay. In what way would you?
The pay was really good.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me say that. Like, starting there, the pay, the benefits were amazing.
Okay, yep.
I've never worked for anybody who actually, they gave us full health benefits.
Okay.
Right. until the end of the year. So my health benefits just ended December 31st.
Okay, after the campaign was over, yeah.
My last day with the campaign technically was election day, November 5th.
Okay, but they still carried it and paid for it. Yeah.
Plus, they also gave us
That's not the standard.
and they gave us a stipend as well in there. So like
Right.
when I say like this, if I would work for
just
them
structurally from how they
right,
operationalized it, like
this was
they're
one,
listening.
They were listening and they really treated us really well.
Right.
Now I worked on other campaigns who don't care, you
Right.
know what I mean,
Right.
and paid nothing
Right.
compared to what you need. Go ahead.
Miss Teresa has a comment here. It says Black women in the Win with Black Women group are stating that they are tired of supporting and not seeing that support reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
The statistics from the most recent presidential election were glaring about who supported the president-elect. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about, Miss Teresa. So you're seeing it in your groups as well, and in the spaces that you're operating in.
It's discouraging.
I'm not in any Black women's group chats, so I don't have the benefit of that. But they're saying many Black women are prioritizing rest and mental health after this election. What does that look like? So what does self-care and prioritization look like for you in this current political climate? And let me step back a little bit. One of the remarks when I was like reading this article was about how in 2016 or 2017, after President Trump was elected the first time, Black women's role in that women's march and how they made that like the largest movement, and the women's march, took off and became what it became. I saw women, they were saying that they're receiving calls now for similar actions, and Black women like, nah, we good on that. Like we not finna do that.
Right, because
they're saying that they're prioritizing self-care.
And then on top of that,
Yeah.
you now call us when you need us.
Yeah.
Right? But when we need y'all, where are you?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's not reciprocated, like Miss Teresa
it's
said.
not.
Yeah.
It's not like you need us, and now you're calling us. But where were you all the rest of the days? And I think that's not just a Black woman's thing. That's a Black people.
That's Black people thing. Yeah. That's
you
all
know,
us.
my whole thing,
Yeah.
even with the raise deal, like when or anybody who got elected, you knocked on my doors and asked me for your vote.
Yeah.
But then when it's something that's important, you're asking me to come talk to you.
Instead of you coming to have a conversation with
Right.
me. Yeah.
You know what I
Keep
mean?
that same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy across the board.
Yeah. And you wonder why we're not coming and why we're not participating. Thank you again, Miss Teresa. I want to get this one. And let's see here. As a 71-year-old Black woman, I have been marching, organizing, and protesting since I was a teenager, over 50 years, and I'm tired. I'm talking about before the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, affirmative action, the EEOC, etc. And Black women still are paid less than any other demographic. 71-year-old Black woman say, yeah, I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I'm tired.
get tired.
Yeah. Of being like the backbone and the default setting and the go-to for democracy when you
And
need
not
it,
respected.
but then not receiving the benefit after these people are elected. And so, yeah, I just definitely.
You know
thank
how
you for
like
that
Black
comment.
men
Yeah.
was saying like nobody look out for the Black men. They
Now y'all
never
feeling
act.
it too.
It is like like we're looking at it and so
Yeah, no, it's true. And then so self-care, prioritization, and then there's also conversations about the path forward. What would you say are some like new ways to empower Black women to advocate for themselves and to the communities without carrying the weight of the entire nation? Like, how can Black women organize and say, we're going to do what we need to do for ourselves as it relates to activism and organizing, but we're not going to accept the responsibility to like hold up this whole thing on our backs?
Just like anybody else, we have to put out what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to get me, this is what you have to give us.
Okay.
Like this has to be a take and receive.
Right.
There has to be an exchange.
Yeah, like that give and take. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're really gonna have to stand on that. Like you calling us.
Yeah.
Like we need those jobs.
Like this is what our how can I say it? Our support is dependent on your response
To this.
to our needs,
Right.
not just this blind, okay, we got you because we don't like the other person type of support.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's been like what black men have been saying the whole time. When we in these groups, it's like, tell me how you're gonna help us with what we're doing, and not just tell me how bad the other person is. And the point for me being with you is because the other person is so bad and you're not as bad as the other guy. When at the end of the day, neither one of you are delivering on any of these promises that you're making. Like, that was a part of the disillusionment that black men have experienced and felt. And so that's what I think we're starting to hear and see from black women now. I see Mama Blue has a comment here. She says, like me trying to get the city or Duke Energy to come check my yard after a hurricane pulled down, hole in the ground. What am I to do? Okay, black woman trying to get a response from local government and can't get it. These are real things, man.
It really is.
It really is. And so, black women, we feel you. We unite with you and we support you, and we're looking forward to really defining power in 2025.
You want me to tell you, this
Yeah.
is so we bring back the black family.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just start there.
Let's just start right
Yeah.
there, because
Yeah.
we did a whole movement, and you see it about black men, mental health, and all this.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're stronger as a unit than
Yeah.
we are separate.
Yeah.
And society has made it so easy for our black families to be divided.
Yeah.
Right. And so the black woman has to be strong, because again, she doesn't have that black man that is supposed to provide and protect her
Okay.
and be there. And so
I'm starting
now
to question that narrative a little bit, but I hear you. Not that I'm invalidating it, but we repeat it a lot,
we do-
and we've repeated it for at least 25, 30 years, and it's like let's really re-examine and double click on some of these things.
Like what?
To just like make sure, like, we are, when we say black men are not providing and protecting for their families,
and but we don't subscribe to all, because I know
but then you got studies that come out that show black men are the most involved with their children, the ones who are the most engaged, right?
involved with their children.
Yeah.
So being involved with your children doesn't mean that you are molding your family. You got separate households. Yeah, you're going out here at the football games, and you're doing it with the basketball games. That's really good.
Yeah.
But as a whole,
That's my point, though, Kiana, because you're saying you have separate households. Usually that separate household is another black woman. So if a black man has a separate household where he's going to pick up his children, when he go home, he's usually going home to a black woman. And so he may not be
to black women.
to black women,
And
but he may not be married to them, but he's in relationship. Like, you got stepfathers that's what I mean. Like, these statistics, they may say, okay, 70% of, black households are headed by women. If they're using tax returns, that's what you're going to see. But if you actually knocking on doors and you looking in these houses, you're not going to go to 7 homes in our neighborhoods and not find a black man somewhere.
No, there's a lot
That's just kind of
I'm
my,
gonna tell
I
you.
won't let myself really fully buy into that, because I know brothers who, like,
so being a black woman,
yeah.
it is, and I have a lot of black women friends that are single,
yeah,
that are single.
yeah, 7 out of 10. So if you got
There's a
10
lot.
friends, 7 of them are
Let me
single.
say, if I have, let me do my.
Yeah.
I'm doing a group chat in
I
my
got
head
to
right
run the
now,
group
right?
chat.
I'm doing it.
Run the group chat. If it's 10 people in the group
1,
chat,
2.
are 7 of them single? Is the
So
question
let's
I
say
wanna
that.
do.
No, so it's 6 of us in the group chat, right?
Okay.
No, there's 7 of us in this group chat.
Okay, gotcha.
3 are married.
So 5 out of the 7, would that, somebody do some math for me? What percentage is that? 5 out of 7, is that more than 70%? Kind of feels like it. Yeah. No, 4 out of 7.
Yeah, 3 out of the 7.
So that's 4 that are single.
Yes.
So they would be considered like head of the households. And then the married, well, that's the thing. Okay, I hear you. They're single. They don't have a partner at all.
They don't have a partner at all.
Yeah.
And even and you're dating somebody.
Okay.
And y'all not living in the same household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then you're the head of your household.
Yeah, you're the head of your household, and
Yeah.
I get your point,
Yeah,
because
like
there
you got people that, like, she the head of household, but I do everything around here.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But when she filed the paperwork and do the stuff, like,
I get it.
she's head of household. And I know a lot of people, a lot of brothers who are in those scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just going off of what the forms and the documents are saying, we're gonna see those disparities because like the way that this system has been designed, like we not on a lot of these forms and documents, but we're still present and we're still
And
supporting
I
our
do
families.
think that we are present, but
Yeah.
there is still a gap.
Right.
Because there is a lot of Black women who end up being single and don't end up getting married, and you see this, and maybe marriage is not the goal for everybody.
And so we got to find out about Black men because we make it seem like Black men are not single too. Black men, like we don't have single Black fathers and
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I know some.
No,
no, I know some.
no. I mean just like really pulling the string and having.
We'll
that
have
day.
this conversation.
Yeah, we got to build it out, y'all. But right now, you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we were talking about an article that came out recently that was saying that Black women are basically sick. Of it. They tired. They tired of being the backbone of democracy, and they really looking at ways to reconsider, their engagement and how they can prioritize themselves. And we want to know what the impact that will have. On
But
our
you know why
community.
we're tired, but because, and I can speak for myself,
Mhm.
you tired and you say like I'm doing it, but you don't want to leave the generation behind you without any hope.
That's the other part of it too. They were saying, the Black women who are trying to really push back on this, saying, "Come on, Black women, like, okay, take your rest, do your self care, but you can't, we can't afford to have you fully abandon, this activism,
And we
because-
can't
yeah.
afford them not to respect us either.
Right
So
on,
it's
right
like
on, right on, right on. So I do have an Ask Kiana
Okay,
question.
go ahead, run
The
it.
Ask Kiana question, and we're gonna do it real quick. It's being brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop.
Mhm.
So definitely look them up. And it's kind of in the same vein.
Oh, dang.
Dear
Okay.
Kiana,
Mhm.
my family has always been tight knit. I've been the go-to person whenever someone needs help financially, emotionally, or otherwise. Lately, wow, this is like spot on. Lately, I feel drained, like I'm putting their needs ahead of my own dreams. If I pull back, I'm worried that they'll see me as selfish or ungrateful. How can I find balance without feeling guilty?
All right. You got to put yourself first.
Okay.
I've been that person, and somebody had to talk to me and said that like you are the most reliable. That's why they come to you.
Yeah.
Tell them no, and they will find somebody else.
Okay. You can watch it happen. Yeah.
You can literally watch it happen. You're the most reliable. So they're going to come to the most reliable person regardless. But if you set your boundaries, they will find somebody else if they need it. And if you don't have it, don't do it.
Okay.
If it's stressing you out, don't do it. If you're feeling like you're being used, don't do it. And I know it's easier said than done because I'm that person
Yep.
as well, but you gotta have boundaries. Like if I'm in the bind, I know who I can ask, and then I know who got it, and then I better, like, if I go to this person,
Yeah.
I know this person's gonna say no
Okay.
immediately.
Yeah.
And it's
First answer is no.
It's gonna be no. So
Yeah.
I gotta be prepared for the no, right?
Okay.
But I also know this person know that if I'm coming, I need it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the no is gonna eventually turn to a yes.
Because it's you, and they know like you don't come all the time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know, but nobody else is going to that person because they know that it's a no.
It's a
You
no,
know what
right?
I
Right.
mean?
Like,
It's
they've already established that.
like
as,
you already kind of know,
Yeah.
like you know who you can. People can pick out who they need
Mm-hmm.
and who's gonna be the person that's gonna give them what they want.
Right.
It's a form of manipulation, unfortunately, kind of.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
You don't want to say it like, but you know who's the nice one. You know who's gonna be there. And sometimes your help is not helping, it's hindering. Because if they keep on coming and you keep on bailing them out, what are they doing to stop themselves from getting in that situation? Because they always know that they have somebody to get them out of
That
it.
safety net. Yeah.
Right. No, and sometimes people need to feel like they're gonna drown and they need to figure out how to swim out that lake by themselves.
Okay. And you gotta be willing to let them do that and
Because
not
they got
worry
this-
about feeling selfish or ungrateful.
Right, because
Yeah.
they got themselves in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And now I do know things happen and you do need, people sometimes need help.
Yeah.
But if you repeatedly doing something, this is no longer.
So this is what I remember seeing somebody say a while back too. Like, my opinion come with my help.
It does.
And
I ask questions like, you know.
So like, don't come to me for help and then I'm giving it to you and you don't want my opinion.
And then don't come and ask you for
because my opinion, like on like, okay, what's going on? What's happening?
Thanks,
like,
but stars there.
What's like, how can I really help?
Yeah.
Because like you said, this giving you this fish multiple times don't seem like it's helping.
Not helping. Like, I gave you the fish.
How can I teach you how to fish? Yeah.
How can I help you make sure that you manage your money better?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing to not put yourself like?
Yeah.
If I see you going out to the club and drinking, and then it's bill time, and then you like, oh, no.
We listen and we don't judge.
Okay. Look, I'm not judging. You
Right.
can do as you
Yeah,
please,
but
but you're just not getting my money.
Okay, well maybe somebody treated them that night and they wasn't buying their
And then
own
it's
stuff.
not even money because they said like they come in and unload, and sometimes you
It's
gotta
just financially, emotionally, and otherwise. too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like emotionally, people come to you and unload their stuff on you, right? And you got to be really careful with that because sometimes you take that energy into your household.
Yeah. True.
You know,
True.
and so yeah.
Put your mask on first, and if you're feeling like you can't breathe,
And sometimes you
focus,
just
yeah.
got to say like, "Hey, today's not like I understand you need it, but like
Yeah.
go to the water, talk to God."
Not today.
Not today, but
Not
yeah, if you feeling
today.
like that, you got to do what's best for you.
Right on. Thank you so much for the response, and thank you for the letter. Ask Kiana again is being brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop, if you'd like to support. And speaking of support, there's an upcoming community event and opportunity being provided by Keyshawn's Corner. It's comfortable conversation. Youth speak, we listen. It's a youth mental health summit that's happening this Saturday, January 11th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Enoch Davis Center. And we're really encouraging youth and adults. But I've been pushing for adults to come because a lot of times when youth are participating, they're watching the adults carry on these conversations. And what we're asking you to do as an adult now is come and just be on the sidelines and watch the youth engage and do what, and really talk about what their struggles are, hearing their perspective, understanding their perspective, and then being able to come back to the table. And as we start to try and craft solutions, we're crafting solutions based upon their perspective and not what we think they need.
Right.
What they need is what they should be doing. Like, let's hear from them and help them co-create the solutions. How about that for an idea?
I like it.
And that's what the Comfortable Conversations is about. Youth speak, we listen. Youth mental health summit. That's Saturday, January 11th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Enoch Davis Center.
So yeah, come out this weekend. You be say we don't judge, but we can call you out on your mess
Every time. Every single time.
People don't like that though.
That's all right.
Oh, and
One thing I learned about people, they'll get over it.
they will.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, and if they don't, then oh well,
That's all right.
That's all right too.
Then that mean they got over it because we didn't engage in no more.
So the final thoughts. We got the final thoughts. We got like 30 seconds.
Man, final thoughts. It's the first Monday of the new year. And so this is when the rubber hits the road. So all of that planning that you did, all of that praying that you did, all of those, conversations, your vision board, if it's done, like now you've done the believe part. Today is when you get on your do good. So
get the action.
Get the action. Faith without works is failure in disguise. And so, let's make sure that we taking action consistently over time. And today is the first week of the new year, and I'm excited about it, and I hope you are too. Those are my final thoughts.
Yeah, me too. All of that. All that jazz. I'm going to write down those 5 things.
Yeah.
Appreciate life. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. Thank y'all again for tuning in. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And we out.